Hello and welcome back. Media hysteria reaching a new level of absurdity after news broke of a possible Trump indictment. CNN assembling an entire panel of hard-hitting journalists to dissect every breaking detail, including what the special counsel ordered for lunch. Watch.
Turns out even Jack Smith can't resist a $5 footlong. What is important is the imagery here. They clearly wanted us to see him and that image to be very different from what we saw in the former president's post, which is that he's a deranged individual.
Jack Smith is tight-lipped. He was spotted today by CNN going to Subway for lunch, picking up a sandwich, leaving, and not saying a word.
Jack Smith going to Subway today is a message to Donald Trump. Donald Trump tries to intimidate people. He tries to bully people. He tries to scare you away. That was Jack Smith with no words and a simple $5 sub in his hand saying, I'm here, I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah, the imagery was intentional and spoke volumes.
God.
I'm here, I'm not going anywhere. Tough stuff. All right, is the message in the Mayo correspondence serving up more tasty details on Smith's sandwich?
He stood in line just like everybody else. And I couldn't tell whether it was a foot long or was it a 6-inch sub. But look, I mean, we now are on watch for when this potential indictment is coming.
We are on footlong watch, Judge. You know, I'm of the mind that this was not a 6-inch. I think he went all the way.
Yeah, well, then he would have to pay $10, right? It's $5 for a 6-inch. So if he is of the people, he bought the 6-inch. But here's the thing. The fact that they have to go to that level to interpret this as a message to Donald Trump, they suffer from Trump derangement syndrome. It was like the hearings today. You have these whistleblowers, Hunter Biden, Joe Biden, taxes, but it's all about Donald Trump. I mean, they can't stop with the Donald Trump stuff. And the fact that they spend time interpreting a guy going to lunch as if, you know, all of us don't go to lunch every day if we're working. I mean, give me a break. I have nothing to say. It's so stupid, it's not worth commenting on.
Now, Jessica, you and I are both fans of casual dining. And, you know, I believe that you and I both will die on that hill.
Yeah.
No shame in that game. I'm just wondering, like, there could be some very serious fallout from this investigation. So what am I missing? Why the sandwich?
For Jack Smith or
Just
for
a general
CNN's conversation?
I guess
well,
the
filling
obsession
time.
with
We're
the sandwich.
all familiar with that moment where people say, okay, you're on air for the next 20 minutes and we have no news. So they had gone over a lot of stuff because it's pretty serious, right? So there are 3 federal statutes that he's being accused of violating. We know that the grand jury witnesses say this investigation is about what happened before the election. I saw this crazy clip of Peter Navarro, who worked in the Trump administration, talking about, and he wrote about this in his book too, about how Steve Bannon orchestrated all of this ahead of time, and Mike Pence was the quarterback, and he was a Green Bay Packer, so I get maybe that's where he's from. I'm not sure. Just laying out the whole plot. So yes, I could have used more of that and less sandwich, but no Subway shade. I like Subway.
Jesse, let's say there is an indictment. Let's say that this letter that was delivered to the president is very serious. Does it hurt or help him at this point, given the Alvin Bragg indictment?
Well, I think it helps him in the primary, but it could cost him in the general. It's a lot. And he's going to have to go to 3 different trials.
4 by the time Georgia comes.
Okay, thank you for that.
Sorry.
4 different trials while he's running for president. It's a lot. It's a lot. And he's going to have to win and then pocket pardon himself. Ken Starr used to be the special counsel in the 90s. He couldn't leave his house without getting mobbed. They had him staked out wherever he went, and they'd get right up in his face. And they'd scream at him, and they'd call him names, and they'd say he was a bad guy, he was hurting the country. They're treating this guy like Kim Kardashian. Like, they're TMZ, and they're like, oh, he stood in line like everybody else. They're trying to make him a celebrity, and that's what they do. They demonize the president, and they lionize the prosecutor. They did it with Alvin Bragg. Remember Cuomo? They made him a hero. Cassidy, the woman who testified that he was, you know, reaching across Secret Service agents from the back of the car. They do this with people. They did it with Mueller. Weissman. All these guys have book deals. They're all heroes. They never have to buy another drink in their life. But that's how the media is framing it, and it's grossly unfair because the guy's just a schlep.
Jack Smith?
Smith.
Oh, his record is horrible.
Terrible prosecutor.
Yeah.
It's really awful. I mean, the guitar track alone was so lackluster.
I don't know. You know, I'm thinking about Subway. You got Jared Fogle, you got Megan Rapinoe, and now you got this guy. You know,
It's the next Bud Light, Greg. I think that's exactly what you're saying.
It is. And what message are they expecting with that trip to send that he can't afford Applebee's? I don't get this. It's like, John King saying he's not intimidated from eating a sandwich. This makes no sense. It's good to see CNN returning to the hard news that made them so reputable 30 years ago. 7-paneled segment on a guy getting a sandwich because the guys are so focused on Trump. What's next? A live town hall on Stormy Daniels getting a facial? I don't know, but maybe she's outlived her utility, so they don't need her anymore. You're right about Trump derangement, but the one part about that is that they assume we all have it. And if you don't have it, there's something wrong with you. We're also supposed to see the same message that they see, or we're the crazy ones. They remind me of the people who used to see religious icons in like trees and food. Like, there's a likeness of Jesus in my toast, or there's Mary in the tree bark. They see Trump in everything. And I always say this, when you make fun of this, you got to look at yourself and make sure you're not doing the same thing with your opposition. You can't have Biden derangement syndrome. There are people that had Obama derangement syndrome who saw him as some evil outsider and still do. So you got to. I
still suffer from it.
I know you do. I know you do. And I have some pills for you.
Good. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'll take 7.
Yes.
Jesse showed me his real birth certificate, and let's just say, wow, needed an atlas.
The long form.
Thank you. They never talk about the long form.
No, they don't.
We got to move on.
Yeah.
All right, ahead, please, American.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.